An emergency services drone program has been launched which will see townships across the province, that's Gauteng, get early warnings about inclement weather. The program was launched to assist unemployed youth in Alexandra to develop the skills of drone flying and emergency service preparedness. Ahmed Kajee reports.
The disaster management and drone data processing training took place in Alexandra to equip unemployed youth in drone technology and emergency services. The training was carried out by QP Drone Tech and South Africa Flying Labs in partnership with DMS NPC and other stakeholders including UNICEF South Africa. Drones have been equipped with speakers to alert people in vulnerable areas about inclement weather. DMS NPC's Francis Wirtz outlined how the program will be implemented on a practical level during an emergency.
In the community, we would ideally like to see somebody trained to be a drone pilot who would be responsible for deploying and launching a drone a speaker drone that would be able to communicate early warning messages that they've just received from disaster management themselves to either facilitate or initiate evacuation procedures or just alerting the communities about what is the impending problem that's coming their way and what they can do about it in order to get out of harm's way. So essentially it would be to be positioning these drone pilots in high-risk communities and having a critical link with the disaster management at a municipal level so that they can be fed the required information.
The program sees participants receive both theoretical and practical lessons regarding drone technology and emergency response. CEO of QP Drone Technology and Flying Lab South Africa, Queen Ndlovu, says there are plans to implement the program in other parts of the country as well.
Because it's twofold, we're saying that we are also tapping on the untapped vulnerable communities, focusing on youth. We are saying we want to create disaster management champions, because other than that we are responding to disaster, we are seeing that we are pushing youth to have qualification and accredited qualification so that they become employable and not just becoming employable in disaster management, but they can relate to it because they're always hit by disasters.
Organizers say this program is even more important in light of last year's floods in KwaZulu-Natal and the recent Western Cape floods. Meanwhile, UNICEF South Africa's Muriel Mafiko says this is a program that can be implemented in a regional context as well.
What we are seeing in many countries, they are actually actively investing in disaster preparedness and response, also engaging young people. In Malawi, for instance, we have the academy that is looking at use of drones in disaster preparedness and other areas as well. So we are already seeing different countries embracing the use of drone technology in disaster preparedness and response. And I wouldn't be surprised that the experience from South Africa will definitely inform other countries as well as they look at building resilience against all these shocks that countries are experiencing.
The program has assisted more than 700 learners across the country so far, with higher numbers expected as more programs are rolled out. For Newzroom Afrika on Channel 405, I'm Ahmed Kajee in Alexandra.